I knew that with everything going on that people were going to have to be alone, and that's an adjustment. I wanted to create a film about loneliness. The entire film I had shot by myself. It's in one location, there's no dialogue. I'm the only actor in it. There's stretches where the only thing you hear is the sounds in the room. One of the inspirations for Art Doesn't Stop was the Pixar short Jerry's Game, where an old man is playing his alter ego in chess. That's where I got the idea of somebody playing board games by themselves. I always thought it was just so creative how they were able to tell that story without having the character speak. Another inspiration was the jump cuts that Edgar Wright had used in his films. I love the idea of taking something so small and blowing it up. It just makes the stakes feel larger than they really are. I had always intended for this to be a psychological horror movie with the puzzle as the monster. If you had ever tried to solve one of the Hanayama puzzles that I used, you would understand that you don't want to put the puzzle down until you've solved it. There's nothing that's going to get in between you and trying to solve that puzzle. Filmmaking is a lot of patience and a lot of preparation. The more you're prepared for the first day of shooting, the less you're going to have to think on your feet. Even before I began recording, I had made a storyboard of every shot in the film. In fact, some of the pages that were ripped out in the beginning were some of the storyboards. The most difficult part of the film was definitely acting, especially with no dialogue. I wanted whoever was watching the film to be able to tell what the character was thinking without me saying anything. So I really tried to focus on trying to speak using my eye movement. I wanted the first minute to be me making a beat with the board games. It might have been like the fourth day that I was editing. And then I realized how well the pacing was for that first minute. And then it just clicked. This is a musical. This is a psychological horror musical. And it wasn't until the second track that I realized most objects don't sound like instruments. I couldn't stop thinking, what the hell did I just get myself into? I was so enamored with these beats being used as a storytelling device. There's purposely no beat while he's drawing in the beginning, and when he's playing with the puzzle, it's telling you that he's not enjoying what he's doing. The first animal that came to mind to be the subject of the sketch was an elephant. Then I switched it briefly to a rhino. Rhinos are known to be more solitary animals, and I thought it fit better with the theme of loneliness. I got as close as sketching out the final rhino in colored pencils. But then I had trouble finding any visual for the rhino. Then I remembered that my grandma used to collect glass elephants. So it was a nice surprise to circle back to my original idea with a little bit more of a personal touch to it. The elephant represented, to me, emotional intelligence. I had read this story about a herd of elephants. If they were to ever cross the skeleton of another elephant, that they would each lay their trunk on the skeleton as they passed by as a sign of respect. So elephants are extremely intelligent and very in touch with themselves. Probably my favorite question to ask someone who's seen Art Doesn't Stop is, what does the black diamond represent for you? I've heard negative things like despair and depression, and I've heard positive things like motivation. This puzzle is able to represent so many different things depending on who's watching it, and that they're able to take it and use it to create their best work yet.